You heard it right, $300,000 in overhead. Is that for real? Yes, 1,000,000% it is. In our painting business, that's a little over what we're going to spend this year total in terms of overhead. First things first, what is overhead? What is that classified as? So whenever it comes to running a painting company, you have 100% of your revenue, and then you have labor. So you typically subtract labor, and then you typically subtract your paint and material. So that gives you your gross profit, okay? So once you have the gross profit number, subtract everything else in the company that you're paying for expense-wise, and that is overhead. So that includes rent, advertising, automobiles, insurances, employee appreciation meals, team uniforms, utilities, and all that stuff. So basically everything that doesn't get classified as just general labor and general paint. So, okay, the real question is what is, what are we spending that money on? Because that's quite a bit of money, and there's a reason why we do it, which I'll explain in a minute. But overall, here's the breakdown. So we have year to date, which it is mid-August for the year. So we're about 7.5 months, 8.5 months in, give or take. We're at $746,000 in revenue. In terms of overhead, we are currently at $215,000 in revenue. That's 28%. Okay, so we've been really close to 30% total overhead, which is pretty healthy. So here is what we spend our money on, because the only reason we do this is because, one, we're spending to leverage our experience. So customer experience is by far so much better with us spending money on this. And what that looks like is automation, texting, follow-up, project management, people answering the phone 24/7, things like that, smaller things that do cost money. They add up, and ultimately that's kind of what it dives into. So just customer experience, marketing, advertising, all that stuff. So I'm going to go right down the line for you guys, okay? So we spent $50,000 in advertising this year, recruiting a little under $5,000, gas, automobile expense, auto repairs. Let's see, that's under $10,000. Payment fees, so processing fees for credit cards. There's bookkeeping, there's accounting, education. So us spending money on improving things we don't know. That's something we do every single year. We do employee appreciation meals, client meals. We do office supplies, software on the back end. So again, improving customer experience, CRM, relationship management tools. That's what we spend our money on. There's officer salaries, project manager salaries. So that's me, that's Katie, project management, sales reps. There is payroll benefits, so health insurance, dental, vision. Rent's a nice chunk. That's $22,000 so far year to date. Traveling, meals expense, transportation costs. There's utilities, tools, our call center / scheduling staff. That's quite a bit too. And then there's reimbursements, of course, for our employees, and then other miscellaneous expenses. So quick short video, but again, I'll show you the actual screenshots of this stuff too, because we have all of the actual reporting here. Everything's laid out, 2 full pages of everything, okay? So the whole point that I want to get across is get comfortable spending money, but at the same time, strategically be very, very smart with what you're spending, how much you're spending, and what your percent allocation is. Don't go above 30% total in terms of income for overhead, because with these numbers, yeah, we spent $300,000, but we might gross 1.2 to 1.4 million, and we gross 50%, really close to 50, maybe 47, 45. But minus overhead, net income is close to 20%, which that is what you want in a painting business. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. Again, we're an open book. So hang in there for 60 more seconds. Here is a close-up of what the numbers actually look like.